Who wants to talk about Holy Grails? Let's go! Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel, Bambinos. I'm going to be checking out my phone. Not that I'm too busy to talk to you guys. I just got all my, you can call them notes, but they're pretty much screenshots, okay? What inspired me to make this video is, what day is it? Wednesday. Well, it's been filmed on Wednesday, or started on Wednesday. I'm not sure when it'll be uploaded. I have ordered one of my Holy Grail items that's been an absolute bollock to get hold of. Mainly because I don't want to pay over the going rate rather for it. It's Ninja Gaiden for the Sega Master System. I've been after that game for so long. I've never seen it in the wild. None of my friends had it when I was growing up. I didn't have it growing up. So sometimes I set those notification things on the CEX website, notify me when it's in stock, but I hadn't done it for this. And I had a stressful day in work and outside of work and stuff. So something told me, type in Ninja Gaiden, see if they got it in stock. I just had this feeling, this bizarre feeling, and there was one in stock, so I ordered it, and the order's gone through. It hasn't arrived yet. I think it's due to arrive tomorrow. So shout out CEX, it's really fast service. I have no idea of the condition it's going to be in. I think we call it in the UK the CEX lottery, or CEX roulette is the other one I'm hearing. So wish me good luck. Hopefully it's in half decent condition. I'm not expecting it to have the manual or anything like that. If it's got the manual, they sell for over £90 on eBay. I don't really want to be going that price on a Master System game, you know, but it's a game I've always wanted to play. I've always liked the look of it, and it just seems to be going up and up and up in price. Funnily enough, I had a screenshot on my mobile phone of less than a year ago. It was £35, and now it's £45. So I paid, was it $46.95 with shipping? So hopefully it's going to be in half decent condition. But on some of the sites I'm on, like the CEX Retro Watch, for example, you should see the state of some of the games CEX are sending out. So it might, I don't know, I have no idea. It's been exciting though. So I thought, it got me thinking then, what are the Holy Grails for the rest of my systems? So what I've done, I've gone on, I've used the CEX website because they got the majority of the games. They haven't necessarily got them in stock, but just as a glance then, I've got a Holy Grail for the 3DS, the DS, maybe for the GameCube. I don't know if I'd class it as a Holy Grail. I think I've got every single game I'd want in my collection. I haven't got the biggest collection. But this is a game, when I see it I'll buy it. I've got for the PSP, for the PS2, maybe similar thing for the PS3, for the PS4, the Xbox 360, similar. I don't know if it's a Holy Grail, but it's a game, as soon as I see it in the wild I'll pick it up. The N64, the PS1 and the Sega Saturn. Okay, so for the PS4, Xbox One and PS5, I don't think there's any Holy Grails. The only Holy Grail I can think of out of those three consoles is Street Fighter 6 when it comes out next month, early next month. I'm still so excited for that game, guys. So I'm gonna try, I'll try and be organised and record some gameplay, find some gameplay, and so you can understand a bit more what the kind of game it is. All right, and I put a bit more effort into this video. Okay, so please consider subscribing to my channel if you're new here. Stay. Yeah, so the first, the other thing I was surprised at is how much games have gone up in price. So I'll get started then. So for the 3DS, I'm a bit gutted. I didn't buy this about a year and a half ago. I bought the first one. It's Project X Zone. The game is Project X Zone 2, the sequel to obviously Project X Zone. It's a crossover between Capcom and Namco. So like the Tekken characters with Street Fighter, but it's got Darkstalkers characters in it. And it's the first time I ever played like a grid-based action. I'm not sure what they call it, like the Fire Emblem games. I had no idea what I've heard of Fire Emblem. They're very collectible games, aren't they? Especially on the GameCube. And so I ordered it because I like the artwork and stuff like that. I don't know if I can see it there. There. I like the cover caught my eye. And I think I paid something like £15 or £20 for that. And I thought, should I just order the sequel as well? It was something like 40 quid. I thought, nah, I don't know. It's now or currently selling on CEX for £115. That game has flown up in price. It definitely wasn't anywhere near that price 18 months ago or whatever. But if it's more of the same, I really enjoyed it. Its story is out there. I haven't finished the game, but yeah, that was probably the only holy grail. I don't think I'll ever see it. I don't know if I'll ever pay £115 for a 3DS game. I don't know. Maybe one day. Never say never, you know. So here's some gameplay of Project X Zone 2, baby. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so staying with the handhelds, this looks amazing, right? And what's unique about this next game? So it's Aliens Infestation on the Nintendo DS. Okay, I thought it was a misprint. I think it came out in 2011. Yeah, 2011. That's a really late game to come out on the Nintendo DS. But it's like, what I like about it is Alien film came out, the Aliens. Then Metroid was inspired by Aliens movies. And then this Alien Infestation is inspired by Metroid. So it's like come full circle kind of thing. It's considered the best Alien game of all time. They're very hit or miss, though, aren't they? The Alien. I enjoy most of the ones I've played, I gotta be honest. This is selling for 50 quid. So if you like Metroid, the Metroid games, it's like that from what I can tell. Again, I haven't played any of these games, you know. But it's Alien. It's side-scrolling. You've got a gun, a machine gun, limited ammo by the looks of it. But yeah, Alien Infestation is my holy grail. It's probably the only holy grail. It took me a while. I was going through, God knows how many games came out on the Nintendo DS. But this is, I definitely haven't seen this anywhere, and I will be buying that. 50 quid, yeah, I probably can justify it for a game as good as that. So check out the gameplay. Still there? Yeah, next up is the GameCube. I think, I haven't counted how many games I've got, but I've got what I would consider every single big hitter I would like. I've got all the Zeldas, got most of the Marios that I'd want. I've got Mario Kart. Obviously Capcom vs SNK 2 is my favourite version of that game, is on there. But I remember I played Pikmin when the GameCube was a new console, and I really enjoyed it. It was, dare I say, is it a cosy game? But what I didn't like about it, it brought me out of my comfort zone a bit. I don't like time limits on video games. It was just something it didn't need to be there, and apparently Pikmin 2 is Pikmin 1 without the time limits. Better graphics, better gameplay apparently. Again, I've never played this game. But yeah, I really did enjoy Pikmin. There was something about it. Maybe my tastes have changed because it's been, about 15 plus years since I played Pikmin. And my video game tastes really have changed. But yeah, Pikmin 2, I've never seen it in the wild. It's currently, this is going up in price, 60 quid. It wasn't that long ago. It was in the 30s, you know. But you just can't afford to buy all the games all the time, can you? So I've never seen it in the wild. Or thinking, actually, I have seen it in the wild once, in Swansea of all places. And it was a terrible copy. It was going for around about 30-something pounds. But it wasn't even decent condition. It was bad condition. I didn't even want to open the case to see what the disc was like. It wasn't in CEX. It's in one of these like cash converter places. Yeah, I remember now. It was about 2 years ago. Yeah, so I put it back. That's the only time I've ever seen Pikmin 2 in the wild. So yeah, check out Pikmin 2. Now, the next one is for the PlayStation Vita. I've never seen this in the wild. It's quite easy to get hold of on the CEX website. CEX are by far the cheapest seller of this game as well. I've got it on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. It's Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I don't know if there's any difference in the mechanics, or there might be, I don't know, I haven't really looked into it enough. It's currently selling for £35. It wasn't that long ago, I want to say, dare I say 2 months ago, it was £28. And I was umming and ahhing, do I get, on one of the holidays I was going on, I was going to either order Street Fighter Cross Tekken or Marvel vs Capcom 3. And obviously I chose Marvel vs Capcom 3. I don't regret my decision. I think I might have seen that in the wild. That was £25, I think. I don't know what it's selling for now. But yeah, I just need this game in my collection. And I don't know if there's that much more Vita games. My collection is tiny as well, okay? So yeah, I'm a massive fan of this game. And I think it'll work really well as a handheld game as well, you know. So yeah, for the Vita, it's Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
The answer lies in the heart of battle. It's time to triumph or die.
Oh, sorry, I've got a bit of nuts. I'm chowing down some peanuts. Yeah, I'll leave that in there. Yeah, so for the PSP or the PlayStation Portable, this is staying around about the same price, but CX, I don't think I've got it in stock. It's Samurai Showdown Anthology. Now that would be a good one. Yes, I got it on the PS4 or PS5. The collection, but yeah, again, it'd be really cool to play these games on the handheld console. You know, it's a really good holiday game. Pick up and play, put it down till the next holiday kind of thing. Yeah, so for the PSP is Samurai Showdown. It's currently selling for £30. This might be one of those ones when it comes in stock on the CX website, like I did with Ninja Gaiden. I might just go, fuck, I'll just buy it, do you know what I mean? But yeah, currently I don't think it's in stock. So check out Samurai Showdown on the PSP. Now then, this one is a might be the most expensive game of my Holy Grails I want to pick up. It's King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match for the PS2, and I've actually got every single King of Fighters game for the PS2 apart from this one. I think this version I might have it digital. I just want the physical. I don't think it's in stock in CEX. It's currently selling for £140. If I see that in the wild, it depends. If it's just after payday, never say never. It's unlikely if I'd spend that much on a PS2 game. But it's just me with my Chun-Li collector's cap on, you know. I'd love to have that game in my collection, you know. That is a holy grail. That's up there. The only place really that would, in my radius, other than CEX, that would have it in stock is probably Super Tomato in Cardiff. He tends to get the big hitters and the fighting games. I don't know how he does it. I ask him, where did you get this from? He goes, oh, someone just brought it in and traded it in, you know. I don't think anywhere else. Maybe Console Action in Swansea, maybe, but he's quite pricey. He probably want like 160 for it or something like that. Yeah, so this is probably the holiest of grails out of everything I'm going to talk about on this video, okay? Yeah, so for the PS2 it's King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match.
It is the game that started a movement. They are the fighters that became legends. It's time for the ultimate battle. The epic fighting game is back with new moves, more characters, King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match. Dreams never die.
Now, for the PlayStation 3, I did do a screenshot. There's 2 special editions for this, okay? For Street Fighter Cross Tekken. There's one big box that comes with a hoodie, I think. And there's another one that comes with like a mini arcade thing, like might be cardboard or something, that you build up kind of thing. Just like a showpiece. Then I thought, no, these are holy grails for games, not collector's editions, because collector's editions is a whole another world, another video, you know. So I thought, no, I'll just do games, okay? And I don't know if I'd class this. The thing with the PS3 is similar to the GameCube. I think I've got most games I could ever want on the PS3. I'm still picking games up, you know, like 50 pence pound games, you know, whatever. But they're starting to creep up now. Mind, the 50p games are becoming pound or £1.50 games now. And this game, so I wouldn't maybe say, it's not like a holy grail. I think Swansea have got this in stock as well at CX. It's Yakuza Dead Souls. Now, I always thought it was one of the later games in the series, but I thought it was basically a zombie game. It's a Yakuza game with the main characters of the Yakuza franchise, and instead of just fighting gang members and whatever, you're just fighting zombies. But actually, it's like a survival horror where you got like machine guns and stuff like that, but it's still a Yakuza game. So I thought, yeah, that'd be really cool. I've heard the controls aren't the best, basically. Apparently the controls let it down, but I just really want to play it. But it's £50. I'd pay 30 for it, because I might not like it, but like some people love anything to do with zombies. It's the coolest thing ever, isn't it? Zombies. But yeah, I don't know if I'd pay 30. I don't know if I'd pay 50 for it. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. Maybe it'll start to come back down in price. It's unlikely with the prices of retro video games at the moment. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when I realised it was a third-person shooter survival horror kind of game in the Yakuza universe. So yeah, check out the gameplay. Right, PS4, I think I said earlier on, there isn't really a holy grail, but actually there is on the PS4, and I know 2 shops selling it, but it's not cheap. On CX, it's currently £130. It's Godzilla, okay? I was going to choose Godzilla for the PS3. That, I think, on CX is selling at £120, but on the PS4, it's £130. I think it was one of the worst reviewed games the year it came out as well. But the reason it's so collectible or so expensive is because it's one of those rare instances where it's not available on the PlayStation Store, like Blade Arcus fighting game I've got in my collection. I think it's a Korean import, that is. I love the fact that it's they're not region locked today, the PS4 or PS5. Love that. And hopefully that's the future, you know. I hate the fact that games are region locked. Anyway, getting back to Godzilla. So it's not meant to be a fun game unless you're a hardcore Godzilla fan. Hello! Yeah, so I love the Godzilla universe. I watched loads of people play it, and they get bored pretty quickly, but I don't think they're hardcore Godzilla fans. I think you can change the filter to black and white. I think it's a game by Godzilla fans for Godzilla fans, basically. A lot of people say, wow, why is he moving so slow? Most of the time, in most Godzilla movies, he is slow, you know, or looks like he's moving slow. But if you're on Ground Zero, he's probably moving pretty quick, you know, if he's coming towards you. Yeah, so it's Godzilla. I got a feeling it won't be that long till I get it. And I tell you, the closest I've come to buying Godzilla on the PS4 was CEX. I think had it for £140, and Console Action in Swansea Market, he was priced at £130. And I just woke up and I was in one of those moods. I thought, let's just get it, Tony. Just buy it, for God's sake. So I went there to buy it, and I was about 85% going to buy it. And he put the price up to 150. And I think he was in a chatty mood. And I said, hey, would you budge on the price of Godzilla? And he was shaking his head before I even finished the sentence. He was like, he didn't want to haggle or anything like that. But yeah, that was the closest I've been. But in that instance, I probably would rather give my money to CEX than the local, because he's in the wrong industry. Anyway, so Godzilla is probably the only holy grail on the PlayStation 4. So check out the gameplay. Okay, so for the Xbox, I honestly thought I had all the big hitters for the Xbox. Most of the games in my collection, my Xbox collection, are games I had because I don't like using the phrase the OG Xbox, but when the OG Xbox first came out, it was my main console, and I was buying, I think at one point I had 3 jobs, like one full-time job, another 20-hour-a-week job, and another job as well, like a real 5-6 hours job as well. So money was fine. One of them was cash in hand as well, so I always had like a couple £100 on me all the time. So I was buying anything, even half interested. I didn't have to go down the trading route. I was just, whatever game came into, one of the jobs I had was in Currys, so they were £40 or £39.99. I'll buy that. Yeah, I like the look of that. I'll buy that. I like the look of that. I didn't care. I just, because I could afford it, but I was putting the hours in, working, you know. So I thought I had every single game that I wanted, basically. But Bloody Roar Extreme. Now, I've never played it. I played a couple of the Bloody Roar games. I am slowly going to go for a full Bloody Roar collection, okay? Bloody Roar Extreme, I think Tekken 2, Tekken 3, I can't remember what other games were out. No, it was a bit after that. I can't remember what other games were out. I think, or maybe Street Fighter 3 had come out. It wasn't as good as what other games came out that year. So it makes sense why I slept on it. I missed it. I don't even think Currys would have had it in, you know. It wasn't, you know, it's not a AAA game kind of thing, you know. But the more I see gameplay or people talking about it, the more I want to get it. It's currently selling for £42, but this game is never in stock. So it's a rare game. Yeah, it's worth £42. I'd pay £50. If I see it like in Super Tomato, for example, boom, happy days, I'm picking that up. That's definitely a holy grail, that is. So yeah, check out the footage of Bloody Roar Extreme.
Round 1. Get ready. Fight.
Now, on the Xbox 360, I didn't think there was a Holy Grail on that. I don't know if this counts as a Holy Grail, if I'm being honest, but it's a game I never see in the wild. I don't think it's in stock currently on CEX. It's £20, and it's Fear Files. Now, if you've played the Fear games, if you haven't played Fear 1 or Fear 2, go play them. They're not expensive games. I think came out on the PC, Xbox 360, but I played them on the PS3. The first two are outstanding games. First-person shooters, but with a supernatural horror kind of twist. And I can't remember, I think it's the first one. There's a really big jump scare in that game, okay? But Fear Files, unless I'm mistaken, let me know in the comments, am I completely off making this up, or am I lying? But I believe the Fear Files is the expansion packs that came out on the PC. It's two of them together on one disc, or two discs, or in one collection for the Xbox 360. So I really want to play it, because probably Fear 1 is probably the superior, then Fear 2, and then Fear 3. I only played it briefly. I will go back to it. And I think there's another Fear game as well. But yeah, Fear Files. I wouldn't class it as Holy Grail territory, but I'll be excited when I see that in the wild, you know. Okay, so for the Xbox One, there's the gameplay. I messed that up. Sorry. For the Xbox One, there isn't a Holy Grail on there. Most of the big hitters, if they came out, I'm basically using that for Killer Instinct, Halo, Forza games, all the exclusives basically. That's not a main console, you know. So I talked about the Master System. I did say was going to say Streets of Rage 2 for the Master System. But check out these prices. So Streets of Rage for the Master System, Streets of Rage 2, sorry, the Sega Master System, boxed is £290. Or if you want a mint copy of Streets of Rage 2 for the Sega Master System, it's £350. You can probably get an Xbox Series X pre-owned for that price. That's silly money. Okay, so no, that's not on my list. Honestly though, someone offered me Ninja Gaiden, Streets of Rage 2, and I wasn't allowed to sell them. I'd go for Ninja Gaiden any day. But when we're talking Holy Grail, staying with the Master System then, the holiest grails of anything that I don't own. It was Street Fighter, the movie, the game, on the Sega Saturn, but I've got that. The holiest grail, I don't even know if it'd work on UK Master Systems, is Street Fighter 2 for the Sega Master System. I think it's a Brazil exclusive. I do check on eBay now and again, but it's nowhere. I don't know. It'll probably be cheaper to go to catch a flight to Brazil and hope to find it in a car boot sale and fly home. I don't know. I have no idea how much it is, but can you imagine how cool it would be? Like, Mortal Kombat 2 is a really good fighting game. But then Street Fighter 2 could be like Mortal Kombat 1 on the Master System. But it's just the Street Fighter collector. I need that game in my collection, you know. Okay, moving on to the N64. I think I've talked about this before, and I nearly bought it before, but my local CX, the one in Port Talbot, were showing it. So Mortal Kombat 4 for the N64. They were showing it in stock, and I took my dog for a walk. That's right, I was babysitting my mother's dog as well. She was on holiday, and it was a Sunday, so I took them both for a walk. And I was just thinking, I'm gonna go get it. I'm just gonna go and see what the conditions like, because it was boxed. And then when I got home, and was going to just literally jump on the motorbike, ride there and back, basically. And I checked, it was still in stock, but then it was showing 0. So I think what that means is someone had bought it online. So it was like still showing in stock, but it wasn't in stock, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I want, this is a holy grail. Mortal Kombat 4 for the N64 is meant to be the worst Mortal Kombat, or one of the worst main series, not the spin-off games, in the series, the worst. But I love the cutscenes I've seen on it, and I just think it's going to have that Nintendo charm playing it on the N64. So check out Mortal Kombat for the N64. Okay, we're nearly there, guys. We've just got 2 more to do, okay? For the PlayStation 1, now there's loads of good games on this. I'm nowhere near finished with the PS1. You got just over a shelf, or maybe a shelf worth. I don't know how many games I've got. But Rival Schools for the PlayStation 1. Oh, I need that game in my life, you know? So actually, it's Rival Schools United by Fate. Mint, it's selling for 65, and I think boxed it's 50. I think I'd like a mint copy. We'd all like mint copies, you know. I want the manual. I want it CIB at least, you know, with a half decent disc. It's obviously a Capcom game. So famous characters. The 2 most famous probably is Sakura is in it, and Akira is in it. They've got 2 versions of Akira as well. So she's one of the newer characters that they added to the Street Fighter V roster. So that's where she came from, in case you didn't know. Yeah, I love the look of Rival Schools. I always have. Again, never played it. None of my mates had it, that I'm aware of anyway, growing up. Yeah, so for the I'm getting tired now, and we're nearly there, guys. It's Wednesday, halfway through the week. Yeah, so my holy grail, this is definitely holy grail territory, is Rival Schools for the PS1. Last one. Thanks anyone that's got this far. For the Sega Saturn, that's another one where I haven't got the biggest collection. Dare I say it's probably my most expensive. If you're going to price up, maybe actually my PS4, because I've got the Neo Geo big box. They're not cheap. But if I was to price everything up, it's probably between my PS4 or my Saturn. And my Saturn collection is pretty small, but I've got some big hitters on there. But what's missing is Battle Arena to Shinden, URA, Ultimate... Sorry. Battle Arena to Shinden, Ultimate Revenge Attack. Again, it's... I think this is the one that came out the same year... Tekken 2, I want to say. So it wasn't the best 3D fighting game out there. But I've just got a thing about the Shinden games. I'm late to the party on them. I'm not saying I grew up with them. I remember reading about them in the magazines and stuff like that. I thought, oh yeah, one day when I'll borrow that off a mate or something. But none of my mates were into those kind of games back in the day. So yeah, to finish off, this is definitely Holy Grail. I've never seen it in the wild. It's currently selling for £65. That's mint in CEX. I didn't look how much they're selling for normal. But again, I would spend the extra. if I saw that for 65 mint, and it's got to be mint, I'd be like, take my money. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so here's gameplay of Battle Arena Tinta Shinden. You are a... There we go. We got through that video relatively unscathed. Yeah, hopefully I don't think I'll upload it on Wednesday, so apologies. So it'll probably be up tomorrow. I don't know. I'll do my best. I'll always do my best for you guys. Yes, they are my holy grail items I want to pick up for all my consoles, basically. Anything you think I'd be interested in, or what? Or tell you what, this is a good question. What's the most you've ever paid for a video game? Like a holy grail item. Let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. Have a great rest of your week and a good weekend. I'll do my pointing. I like that, and I'll just keep pointing like that. I'm a twat, and I point at the twat. Sorry, I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you very much for watching my videos. Please hit that subscribe button if you're new here. I'm trying, you know. Close to the 500. Wow, never thought I'd get there. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.